Jiminy Cricket, golly gee willikers, and stop it right there. Welcome back to the channel, hockey fans. Let's take a look back at four-time Stanley Cup winner and Toronto Maple Leaf, Howie Meeker. Born November 4th, 1923, is a former professional hockey player for the Toronto Maple Leafs of the National Hockey League, ice hockey television sports commentator, youth hockey coach, and a former Progressive Conservative Member of Parliament. The Kitchener, Ontario-born Meeker was the last surviving member on the Maple Leafs from the 1947, 1949, and 1951 Stanley Cup championship teams, and the first NHL All-Star game. Meeker crafted his hockey skills while playing junior hockey with the Kitchener Greenshirts of the Ontario Hockey Association. He played 9 games for them during the 1940-1941 season. The 1941-1942 season saw Meeker wearing a Stratford Kiss jersey. Meeker had a remarkable regular season that year. In just 13 games, he would tally 29 goals and 16 assists for 45 points, leading all players in points. After playing one more junior hockey year, he joined the Army Corps of Royal Canadian Engineers in 1943. During his overseas fighting in World War II, Howie was seriously injured during training exercises in 1944 in England when a hand grenade blew up between his legs. After the war, Howie returned to the OHA and played one season with the Stratford Indians at the OHA senior level, registering 8 goals, 5 assists in 7 regular season games, 6 goals and 5 assists in 5 playoff games. Howie garnered the Toronto Maple Leafs' attention and inked the feisty right-winger to a contract for the 1946-1947 season. Howie played in his first NHL game on October 16, 1946, against the Detroit Red Wings. 3 nights later, he scored his first NHL goal against Terry Lumley of the Red Wings in his second NHL game. It was the game winner in what was a 6-3 Leaf win. Later that season, on January 8, 1947, he scored 5 goals in a game against Paul Bibeau of the Chicago Blackhawks, tying an NHL record for most goals by a rookie in one game. Meeker had an outstanding rookie campaign, scoring 27 goals and 18 assists, winning the 1947 Calder Memorial Trophy, playing in the 1947 NHL All-Star Game, and assisting on the winning goal by Ted Kennedy to win the 1947 Stanley Cup. Meeker had a good sophomore season in 1947-1948, scoring 14 goals and 20 assists during the regular season and notching 2 goals and 4 assists in the playoffs, helping the Maple Leafs win their second consecutive Cup championship. Meeker sustained a collarbone injury that limited him to playing in only 30 games for the 1948-1949 season. However, he didn't play in any playoff games that year. The Leafs honored him by engraving his name on the Stanley Cup for their 3rd consecutive title. Meeker had a strong 1949-1950 season, scoring 18 goals and 22 assists, and his second best as a pro. The Leafs lost in the semifinals to Detroit that year, ending their reign as champions. 1950-1951 was remarkable for Howie Meeker. He assisted on the Stanley Cup winning goal for the second time in his career, scored by Bill Barilko in overtime of Game 5 against the Montreal Canadiens, to secure the 4th Stanley Cup victory in 5 years for the Maple Leafs, enshrining them as a dynasty. It would be the last NHL playoff point scored by the scrappy Meeker. In addition to winning the Cup, Meeker threw his hat into the political ring, running in the Waterloo South, riding in Ontario, and winning the by-election, thus becoming a Progressive Conservative MP. Meeker played one more full season for the Maple Leafs in 1951-1952 and 1952-53. He was only able to suit up for 25 games due to a persistent back injury, and after 5 games from the start of the 1953-1954 season, Meeker called it a career, playing in his last NHL game on November 29, 1953. Howie William Meeker retired from the NHL with 83 goals and 102 assists in 346 regular season games, and 6 goals and 9 assists in 42 playoff games. Not one to be idle, Meeker turned his eye to coaching immediately upon returning from the NHL as a player. He coached the Stratford Indians of the OHA Senior for the remainder of the 1953-1954 season. The following year, Meeker began coaching in the American Hockey League with the Pittsburgh Hornets. They won the 1954-1955 FG Teddy Oki Trophy as the regular season winners and the 1955 Calder Cup championship. After one more season coaching in the AHL, Meeker made the jump to coaching in the NHL for his former team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. After coaching the Leafs for the 1956-1957 season, Meeker became the team's general manager in 1957. Still, the move was short-lived, when a volatile confrontation between Meeker and Maple Leafs owner Stafford Smythe occurred. "He shoved me, and I popped him between the eyes," recalled Meeker. Meeker remained a busy man. He ran summer camps in Canada and the United States. He taught aspiring young boys the fundamentals of ice hockey: skating, passing, and stick handling. During the 1970s and 80s, Howie Meeker worked as an analyst on Hockey Night in Canada. He was very excitable and animated during his telecasts. Meeker would often use phrases such as, back it up, hold it right there, Jiminy Crickets, stop it right there, golly gee willikers, and of course, keep your stick on the ice, was coined by Meeker. He would use all of these phrases while drawing lines on the telestrator to highlight plays. He also worked on Vancouver Canucks broadcasts on BC TV. Meeker later joined TSN in 1987, where he remained until retiring in 1998. He was awarded the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award in 1998 for excellence in hockey broadcasting. That same year, as a broadcaster, he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1998. On December 30th, 2010, Meeker was named a member of the Order of Canada. In 2010, Meeker was inducted into the Ontario Sports Hall of Fame. He was the fastest Maple Leafs player to score 25 goals, later surpassed by Austin Matthews. Howie is widely known as a humanitarian due to his extensive 50-year association with Special Olympics Canada. After being invited by former NHL referee Harry Red Foster, Meeker helped launch the program shortly after the Special Olympics initiative was conceived by founders Eunice Kennedy Shriver in the United States. He also worked extensively with the Campbell River Special Olympics in Campbell River, BC, where he lent his name and support to the Howie Meeker Charity Golf Classic at Story Creek Golf Club. Howie took a step back from the event after 30 years at age 94 in August 2018. NHL player Clayton Stoner has since signed on as co-host with Meeker. In 2004, Howie was invited as a celebrity guest to a golf fundraiser to raise awareness for BC Guide Dog Services. The fundraiser was initially a one-time event, but it was so successful that it became an annual event in the Metro Vancouver area. On November 4th, 2020, Howard William Meeker celebrated his 97th birthday. Jiminy Crickets! 4 days later, he passed away on November 8th, 2020, in a hospital in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Thank you for the memories, Howie. Howie Meeker will be remembered as a Canadian icon, celebrated for his contributions to the sport of hockey, both on and off the ice. Hey, hockey fans, if you like this content, please stop it right there and poke that subscribe button. You can also follow my blog at https://tedtalkshockey.com, and remember to keep your stick on the ice. Thanks for watching.